but it's basically the same thing that tater tots are made of. I then took my crude tater tot mixture and I recombined it with my potato spaghetti. Then I pressed the mixture into a large ring mold, making sure to leave a divot in the middle. I then took this mixture and I baked it at a low temperature, just so I could get all of the potato strands cooked. I then flash fried it at a very high temperature so that I could get the exterior nice and golden brown. And then what you do with this giant hash brown is up to you. But I'm topping mine with salmon, eggs, hollandaise, and a nice herby salad. And to be honest, this might end up being
hold on, that's hold on, that looks sweet. All right, and today we've got POTATOMAXXING by Chef Phoenix. This is a mostly shorts and TikTok, mostly short form content creator who cooks. Now, in celebration of hitting 1 million, he made a long form video about making a big grape, because that was always a thing that was like his promised thing. But now he's also making long form content. So I'm gonna react to his shorts at some point, but I've had this video POTATOMAXXING in here in the playlist for a minute. So we're gonna react to this. So that being said, like, subscribe, follow the Twitch, do all that. Let's get back into it. What am I saying? Let's get to it. Wow.
Welcome back! I don't know who you are, but I'm pretty sure that you like potatoes. They probably are one of the
most universally
beloved food. And you might not always like them, but I guarantee you there's an exception. We've got crisps, french fries, mash, other... But today, I want to find out how far I can push the envelope. I'm going to be using weird kitchen gadgets, as well as obscure cooking science, and we're going to try and make probably the most bullshit potatoes you've ever seen. In a good way. So let's not dawdle on the intro too long. Let's get into the spiralizer.
Bro.
As well as obscure cooking science, and we're going to...
All of these look good. I'm crushing all 3 of these.
Try and make probably the most...
Crushing this.
Bullshit potatoes you've ever seen.
I don't even know what this is. I'm crushing it, bro.
In a good way. So let's not dawdle on the intro too long. Let's get into...
Low-key, I probably should have watched... I should not have watched this before I've eaten. I haven't eaten yet today, I won't lie. But we're gonna eat by watching this video.
The spiralizer experiment. In this section of the video, I'm going to be using this. This is a vegetable spiralizer, and to be honest, I think it's a pretty gimmicky food gadget. It basically allows you to turn any vegetable into spaghetti, and really, really long strands too. Not to brag, but I'm 6'4", and one strand is much taller than me.
Oh, he's 6'4"?
The first thing I do with my spiralized potato is simply wrap it around a fork, because this basically allows me to create something that looks like a potato Egyptian mummy, which I can then gently deep fry. And the aim of the game of this experiment is crunch maxing. I want all of the individual strands and layers to get as crispy and crunchy as possible, to hopefully create a transcendent potato bite experience. Once my potatoes were cooked, I threw them into a bowl, which I then tossed with a super secret seasoning, which is only really secret because I just can't remember what it is. Anyway, let's try this. Let's listen to this.
Oh, I know that shit bangs, bro. Oh, I know that shit. Oh, I know, like, you could put some, bro, you just put specific seasonings on that shit going heck. Bro, this is the thing. I want to, like, cook shit like this, but I know I wouldn't want to go through, like, having to get the food, the ingredients, get the machine, and do this, bro. But it's gonna be, I know it's so good. Like, I know it's just potatoes. I know it's like just curly fries, basically. Bro, that crunch, though? That crunch is so satisfying.
My secret method to improve on this dish is to add hot dogs and cheese. Because deep down in my heart, I am really just a fat child. And if you've ever had a Korean corn dog before, then you know that adding potatoes to corn dogs already works. So all I'm really doing in this section of the video is expanding on that concept and making a corn dog with a 100% potato crust. And with how crispy I know that these potatoes get, I was actually fairly confident that I was onto a real winner with this one. So I fried them in the exact same way I fried the last batch. And I put them on a wire rack to drain off any excess oil. And they do look very good, but we both know that no corn dog is truly complete without adding mustard. Yeah, buddy.
Mustard man. Come on, shout out to all the mustard people, bro.
What you guys don't realize is this is Chef Phoenix in his prime. This is what I live for. I took something extremely fancy, some hoity-toity bullshit. I brought it down to my level. Hot dog aside, I'm into it. I love shit like this. Anyway, hot dogs are my favorite food. Oh yeah.
Oh
Let's
my.
try the one with the mutts. I'm gonna rip it so we can see if there's a cheese ball. Chef Tyler, be with me. It's not really a pole, but I'll show you. It's kind of a cheese cavern. I'm not gonna say what it looks like. Oh yeah. Ah, I should do a video just glizzy maxing, doing the most insane hot dog recipes. That would be cool. What a success.
W background music, by the way. I forgot what this track was, but I love this background music.
I'm gonna do one more thing with the spiralizer and then we'll move on. So let's see that. Somehow from my last 2 experiments, I spiralized way too much potatoes. So this is kind of a waste not, want not bonus experiment. I took about half of my spiralized potatoes and I boiled it, which I then turned into a sort of potato paste. Also, this is probably a good time to say, huge shout out to Byron Talbot. He's the man who I got the inspiration for all of these spiralized potatoes from. I'll add his ad to the description, go check him out. I then added starch, seasonings, eggs, and breadcrumbs, which turned it into this sticky potato glue. But it's basically the same thing that tater tots are made of. I then took my crude tater tot mixture and I recombined it with my potato spaghetti. Then I pressed the mixture into a large ring mold, making sure to leave a divot in the middle. I then took this mixture and I baked it at a low temperature, just so I could get all of the potato strands cooked. I then flash fried it at a very high temperature so that I could get the exterior nice and golden brown. And then what you do with this giant hash brown is up to you. But I'm topping mine with salmon, eggs, hollandaise, and a nice herby salad. And to be honest, this might end up being
Hold on, that's hold on, that looks sweet. Yeah, nah, hold on, that looks like a fancy restaurant type of deal. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty fire.
Chef Phoenix viewers, but I think that we can all agree that we definitely are potato maxing here. Let's have another taste just to be sure. I'm literally gonna eat this whole thing. I'll link the guy's Instagram who I got the inspo from, because he probably is the GOAT. I don't know how much better we can get from here, but we're gonna try. Let's not linger too long. Let's move on to, I don't know what's next. It might be fermented French fries. Realistically, what we're trying to accomplish in this
What you trying to do here? What you trying to do here?
segment of the video is we want to know if we can make potatoes taste like something else on the inside. Is it possible for a chip to taste like kimchi? But then I did ask myself, why would I stop there? So in addition to kimchi fries, I'm also going to be making miso fries and pickle French fries. The actual science behind what we're doing here is fairly simple.
I low-key might crush the miso and kimchi French fries. I don't know about the pickle French fries, because I like pickles on a lot of dishes. Like, let's say you get like the wings and they serve with I like pickle crunch with a wing. I like pickle crunch with like, what's that joint? I can't remember. Like, I don't mind pickles with that, but it's like pickled flavored French fries. I don't think I'd mess with that, because it's like, it's fries, you know? Unless you make them like crisp. If they like crispy pickle French fries, it just has like that hint of pickle. Okay, I got you. But if it's just like Five Guys type French fries and it's like pickle flavored, I might not mess with that. I can't lie.
Combine our potatoes with the thing that we want them to ferment with and make sure that they've got enough salt so that they don't rot. Then we just have to seal them in a container so that no other bacteria can get in. And you can do this in 2 ways. Either you can be fancy like me and use a vacuum sealed bag, or you can do what I'm doing for these pickle fries. And you can submerge your potatoes in a salty pickly brine, which will preserve them and hopefully impart some pickle flavor. In order for them to actually ferment, we need to leave them in a dark place for about a week. And we kind of just have to pray that they won't rot. I figured while I waited for them to ferment, I could also use my dehydrator to make some seasoning salts. So I put down a tray and I thinly spread some miso paste all over it. And surprisingly enough, I did the exact same thing with my pickles. And weirdly, it's not the first time that I've made pickle powder, but it is the first time that I've dehydrated kimchi. And can I just say that I think that all 3 of these would work incredibly well as popcorn seasoning. Anyway, these took about 5 days to dehydrate, but I am an extremely ADHD editor. So for you, they're ready right now. And you know that they're ready when they shatter like glass. And in order for me to turn them into a seasoning powder, all I had to do was throw them into my blender. And I then became the proud owner of miso powder, kimchi powder, and pickle powder. And to be honest, I probably could.
Kimchi powder goes hard. I think kimchi powder goes hard for a lot of dishes.
Could have just called it there. But the aim of this video is to be as extra as I possibly can be. So I decided I would also make a custom mayonnaise for each loaded fry. And I did that by making a basic egg mayonnaise, but I threw in a big spoonful of each ingredient before blending it all up. And I now had miso mayo, kimchi mayo, and pickle mayo. But
wait, I need to learn how to make custom mayonnaises. I need to do custom mayonnaises, bro. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I might have to get food mid-vid.
Fries should now be fermented, and I knew that they were ready because they had gone all wiggly, which I think means that the bacteria in the ferment has broken them down in some way, which hopefully means that they'll have taken on a significant amount of flavor from the thing that they've been fermenting. Luckily for me, the miso fries basically did the same thing, and even more luckily, none of them smelled rotten. So I decanted all of my potatoes, and I rinsed off the outer layer, because I think if I left it on, then it would just burn while it was being fried. Plus, the point of this experiment is to hopefully get an internal seasoning. We want these fries to taste like kimchi to the core, miso to the core, pickle to the core. You know what I'm saying? We want them to taste undeniably of the thing that they've been fermenting in. I'm kind of hoping that these don't even taste like potatoes once I'm done with them. Anyway, in the name of being extra, I decided I was going to go with a double fry, because that should be what makes them really crispy. But once I took them out of the fryer, something...
Ooh, the kimchi fries look so... The kimchi fries look nice. The miso fries look a little bit too, like, kind of dark, but I can tell that you definitely, like, you know, kimchi this, miso this. The pickle fries just look soggy as shit.
Had happened to them, and they all look different. I mean, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why these are so different, but I do have two theories. The first is that I'm a wildly inconsistent cook, which is true. So this is probably partially just my fault and my bad. It's fine, because this is an experiment. I do wonder if these have all kind of fermented at different rates, and something's happened to the sugars in each one, meaning that they now have slightly different cook times. Maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna freeze these, and then we're gonna do another fry, and I think they'll all be fine. You know, we'll see. The miso ones might not be, but we'll find out. After about 24 hours in the freezer, all of my potatoes look pretty much exactly the same, and they now needed a second fry at a much higher temperature.
Okay, double
and this
fry.
isn't to cook them. They're already cooked from the last fry. This just helps them crisp up. Anyway, once they were done with their second fry, I tossed them all in their seasoning salt. Then I topped each one with their respective flavored mayo. And I gave them a final sprinkling of pickles and kimchi. And after spending a whole week making these, it was finally time for me to try them. Pickles and kimchi. And after spending a whole...
Crushing it! Give me that! Let me eat that! Give me some of that, bro. Oh my, I might have to, like, cook this one. I'm definitely hitting that kimchi, bro. I don't know about the pickle mayo, and, like, the pickle mayo, I'll definitely do. But I'm definitely doing those kimchi fries, bro. Love kimchi, bro.
Week making these, it was finally time for me to try them.
Kimchi fries, bro.
Okay, all three of these are delicious. I think the fries alone on the inside have kind of this like vinegary, fermenty flavor, and they're all subtly different. But then when you add the dehydrated shit and the mayo, it's very clear what they're supposed to be. The pickle ones taste like pickles. The kimchi ones, they do taste like kimchi. The miso one's the weirdest though, because it's kind of like biting into a fluffy, crunchy miso soup. Truly a bizarre experience. Yes, this is very good stuff. Okay, that was truly delicious. Now I'm gonna do an ad break. You will be beaten if you skip this part. I don't have an ad again, but I do still have my merch store up, and I think my shirts.
Oh, hold on. Let's see this. Let's see the fit. Okay, hold on. I messed with this one, and low-key this one. This is like, that's like an amoeba type of deal, I think. But this and this looks like a painting that would be in like Minecraft. It's like the type of vibe that gives. But like this and this, I would definitely cop. I might have to check.
Really cool, but it is very limited because over the next few months, I'm going to be making big changes to my merch store. So if you want an original Gen 1 Chef Phoenix t-shirt, you got to get one now, bud. Also, big shout out to all my Patreons. I love them so much. Currently, right now, all of the content on my Patreon is free. So if you want some extra bonus content and you want to help out the channel, go do that because it helps a lot. Anyway, now let's move on to the potato paper experiment. If you can believe it, for the final section of this video, we're actually going to peel our potatoes for the very first time. I don't know how we got this far without doing that either. Then we're going to take this screw and we're going to screw it into the base of our potato. That's because I'm going to be using this machine, which basically gives me the ability to turn vegetables into sheets of paper. And I don't know about you, the thing that these sheets remind me of most is lasagna. So I separated all of my potatoes into piles, ones which could be lasagna sheets and ones which maybe can't be. And I'm going to make a recipe with both. For my potato lasagna, I made a bechamel, and I also made a meat sauce off camera. And you might ask, Phoenix, why did you make that off camera? And the reason is this is a potato video. If the food isn't focused on the potatoes, then I don't want to see it. In order to make my lasagna, I laid down layers of potato, bechamel,
lasagna?
And a scratch of parmesan for extra flavor. And you might be thinking, why did I choose such an ugly angle to film from? And I didn't. My house is just tilted like the Titanic. So sometimes things just look like this. Anyway, on the final layer, I gave the whole thing some mozzarella cheese. And I baked it in the oven for about an hour. And the result is... looks good. I gave it a final topping of some extra Parmesan cheese, and then it was time to devour. I mean, who are we kidding? Potato is a far superior carb to pasta, and I'll stand on business with that. Let's try it.
Fair.
Oh my god, it is so good! Yippee! I'm not gonna pretend that I invented this. I can already see the comment, white boy discovers moussaka. Kind of what this is. Anyway, I don't care. And it's pretty novel for me. I've never done this before. I can't eat the whole thing though, because I gotta move on to the next thing. And so let's do it. For my final potato experiment of the day, I'm gonna be using all of that excess potato.
Ooh, I don't know about potato lasagna. I don't know. Like, it's a thing, but it's like, the pasta for me is what does lasagna, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think I'd eat potato lasagna.
So I got together a seasoned butter and I strained it all into a bowl. Then I took all of my potatoes and I gave them a bath in hot garlicky fat. That's because the aim of the game with this recipe is layering. I took all of my potatoes and I pressed them into a mold. I then took my brick of potatoes and I baked it in a low oven to cook them all through. And once they were cooked, I needed them to hang out in the refrigerator overnight so that they could set up. That's because I'm making giant layered potato french fries. And I know that just the mere thought of that is probably quite exciting for a lot of you. I took my cooled brick of potato and I sliced it into 4 fairly even sticks. And I want us to all appreciate the layering on this. I think I genuinely became a better videographer just because of how nice this looked. Anyway, to make sure that they kept their shape, I threw them in the freezer for about an hour. Then I took my logs of potato and I threw them into boiling hot oil because we want this to fry as quickly as possible because the inside is already fully cooked. All we're trying to do is develop a crispy crust. Anyway, once the excess oil has dripped off, I was now ready to devour my logs of potato. Can you imagine if you went to a restaurant and you ordered chips and they just brought you out 4 logs of potato? I mean, personally, I'd quite like that.
Yeah, actually, that'd be kind of fire.
Broken one. It's really,
that
really good.
Crunch, bro, that crunch.
You do know what this tastes like. It kind of just tastes like...
Hi, Key. Hear me out. Hear me. These fries with the fucking miso mayo, bro. Holy shit. Those fries with the miso mayo? And it's the fact that it's not just like chopped up. It's like layered crushed potatoes. Or like papered potatoes. So it's like he already peels it. So then he turns it into paper. Then you layer them. And then you take that layered potato, cook it, freeze it, and then you chop it again. Like, bro, that's some good. That's good. I think that, that'd be fire, bro.
A big chip, a big French fry. But because of the flavored butter, you get a little hint of rosemary and garlic. It's
nice. And he put that joint in the butter before.
They probably call that the Heartstopper 3000. Right, that's probably gonna do it for today's video. Not because I've run out of ideas. I have a lot more
shout
ideas.
Out, bro.
I think I'm still trying to find my footing with the long form. If this does really well, then I'll make a part 2 with more crazy potato ideas. And if not, then you'll probably still see the potato ideas in short form.
Oh, it froze. What the? What? Why did it freeze? Okay, there we go. Ooh. That was weird. How well this do? I'd say that did pretty well. I'd say this did pretty well. You know what I'm saying, bro? But hey, bro, that is going to be Potato Maxing by Chef Phoenix. Let me know if y'all want to go ahead and watch the short form content as well. The short form content for Chef Phoenix goes crazy too, bro. Oh my god. One of my favorite dishes this man made was the chicken parm pizza. That is something I want to crush. It's not chicken. It's not like chicken parm chicken on top of a pizza. It is a chicken parm cooked like a pizza. Like, it's a big chicken nugget, basically, seasoned, fried, and then he layers it with some cheese and then put in like spinach, puts it in the oven, brings it out, shreds shredded some more cheese on top of it, and then it's a, ooh, and it was a pizza, bro. Chicken parm pizza will go crazy. But anyways, man, that's gonna be all for Potato Maxing. I will see y'all. Like, subscribe, support the original video. Turn on noties so y'all know when stuff drops. Go follow the Twitch so y'all know when I'm up. I'm gonna be starting gaming on there again. And of course, follow my socials. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.